Is that spinning the right way? Good morning, chili dogs. What you focus on grows. Feed them horses. Camera B. Your fist straight over this. We'll swap over to camera C. So you can kind of see here, starting this middle, and I always have my left hand never going past that center point, right? And why is that? Is because as clay's coming out, I'm pulling it out, it's coming to this edge, circling around, and then hitting this hand here, right? Some water on the inside here. A chili dog? You guys don't know what a chili dog is? A chili dog is... It's not a dog, is it? No. Yeah, a hot dog. It's like a hot dog, and then it's like with chili on it, so a chili dog. I feel like chili dogs are like a sports thing. Like you eat them at like a football game or a baseball game or something. I'm gonna color this in just a little bit. Round that off. Camera B. Alright, right down to the bottom. Project that clay right over top. So I got some thin spots there that I gotta work through. Oh, we did it. Okay. Now just maintain this all the way to the top. And then we'll slowly bring this out when we get to this top here, because we're already gonna be bringing that out in a second when we create the tree. Also, it creates less tension bringing that clay outward, right? Get the water on your fingers. Slowly bring this down. Go slow. It's really thin on that top. So once the fall, there's already some spots where I feel like I'm gonna have some problem areas. You can see I could have brought it up a little bit more on that one side. The contrast seems really high today. It's kind of hard to see underneath that tree form there, so it's not twisting as much. But still, the top is a little bit too thin. We gotta be careful with how we handle that top there. Chill, bro. Bring this in. Wherever that wobble is, lower that hand, and then walk that back up to the left hand there. Again, wobble, walk that up. And swap over to camera C. Sometimes you'll get some clay underneath here that bumps up your hand. Just get rid of that, you know. Push my finger in right at that base. Define a new center. Slowly shift both fingers in. Pause for a second with that interior hand. Slowly drag that up above the exterior. And go slow on the base because we're trying to realign those particles. And just slowly walk this up. Look how tight those lines are on the vessel. Think of it's like every time that wheel spins, it's printing one layer on like a 3D printed piece there, okay? Like that was my thing, crushed ice. Okay, again, we're starting right here. Slow, and slowly drift those fingers up above. Oh, I went really thin right there. And then go out towards the top. Try to preserve some of that thickness. Nice. Can be a little bit too tight of a pull though. Gonna stop it here. So big twist, and then slow that wheel down and start. Oh, I think I kind of messed up that one. There we go, we fixed that. We just gotta push these a little bit lower down. Okay. So here we go. I'm getting ready for the twist on the top. There we go. Camera B. You see that's kind of trying to hold itself up? I think there's something kind of nice about these little spiky bits coming out there. Alrighty. Camera C. Alrighty, guys. Oh wait, I already did the first one, huh? That's number 2? I literally can't even remember making this first one. More to the base. Using my thumbs to kind of keep that from getting totally wonky there. And then really focusing on keeping what's underneath my hands is the thing that I want to keep on center there. Okay, camera A. It didn't change, but still. Just slowly bring this down. See how I'm lowering my hand wherever that wobble is? And I'll bring that back up to that left hand and keep that right on center there. Camera C. Hammer fist right on top here. Slowly walking out. It's a very honest material, right? Like, whenever I'm working with clay, it feels like when I fail, like I know I'm failing. Like I can never like gaslight myself into thinking I'm doing okay. And so I think it's a very humbling material. So if you slow down the wheel and you kind of make them little, like you peck at it, right? Like, and then I'm going to have to go back in here in a second and kind of dress up some of these areas, right? Like right here, it's not going to want to collapse in. So I'm going to wet my finger down. I'm kind of want to make sure I bring these in. And when I'm doing that, I'm thinning out, and that's why it's going to collapse, right? So here's one with a bunch of them, right? Also, maybe I should do a manual collapse here because it's a little bit off. And I hold that up when I'm doing it. And it will twist right down. And then, once I have that twist established, I'm going to chill out right in this moment here. And I just want to chill out here for a second to get my fingers almost like hooked in. And so then I can bring this out a little bit wider. I'm going to slow that wheel down. I'm going to kiss this ring here. And so this one, you can kind of see, it almost gave us a double twist. You can see on that top, where there's one twist here, and it's setting right here. So on the base, it's loose, it's coming up, then it's sitting right in this middle area, then it's getting looser again, and then that tension from the top twisting created that second tension point, right? Or ceramic bell. Alright guys, gonna get over to pottery review. This one is one, you know, somebody in the chat asked me to, you know, make some, play with the amount of veins that I bake into the object there, right? So this one has 9 veins. I think this one might have 6. I think they both, maybe one of them has 7. I actually can't remember. Maybe the one on the top has 7 and this one has 6. I think that's what it is. But anyway, just adding some more, look how much it changes the density of line, right? I always like to think of like those veins as lines, and so it creates kind of a busier form, right? And so if you have something interesting on the top or the bottom, you usually don't want to have something, at least this is my personal opinion, I don't want to make this element overpower the focus of that particular vessel, right? And so sometimes busy is not always better, right? I would say maybe on this one, that twist, that intersection between these two, it needs to be a little bit more balanced, so less is probably better on something like this. And you can even see the contrast between the large spiral going up, getting into that, you know, where the veins get kind of twisted and kind of condensed. There's some cool visual dynamic there, right? I always think that that added contrast between the wide and compressed always kind of interests me, right? But anyway, we did some petals on the bottom of this one. Over here on the spiral, we did the tendrils, but they're almost right on the edges of where that spiral is. I feel like it's almost giving it this, like, holding it up, you know? And so I quite like the way that this one looks visually with the tendrils. I think they're a little bit more purposeful, even though it's still in the realm of pattern. And then we got the one on the top. This is definitely also in pattern, but it has a little bit more contrast and width on that bottom. But it comes in, it's nice and tight, and then it's a little bit wide on the top, but it's all kind of loose, so I think this one is probably like the loser of today, but I think these are both winners. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the best, strong mentality. Let's wheel.